Welcome to the world of children's videos. It's video collection special favourites for our young audience, beginning with the adventures of Thomas the Tank Engine and friends.
Hurry up, Thomas.
Life on the island of Sodor can be very busy, but the engines enjoy their work on the railway. Sometimes the adventures Thomas has with his friends land them in trouble.
Boxes and bags burst everywhere. Oh! Groaned Percy. Careful, Thomas, called his driver, but it was too late.
Thomas came off the rails and Percy sunk.
Ow! Exclaimed Percy.
So join Thomas, Percy, James, Toby, Gordon and the Fat Controller for lots of Thomas the Tank Engine adventures. From trains to canal boats, it's that troublesome twosome Rosie and Jim. Come aboard the ragdoll with John, Jim and of course Rosie as they cruise into all sorts of tangles. Oh no, what would John say? And they meet all sorts of creatures.
Excuse me, are you a monster? Rosie and Jim, Rosie and Jim.
Even John faces one or two problems. But it's all great fun for Rosie and Jim.
1,
2,
2,
3. Say bonjour to...
Tots TV. I'm a tot.
Je suis une tot
Tub.
tiny.
We're the tots of Tots TV.
1, 2, 3, go.
I didn't say go. I'm a tot.
Tiny Tilly and Tom like to try fun new games and make fun new things.
1, 2, 3, go.
I'm a tot.
Je suis une tot
Tub.
But sometimes the things they do don't go quite as planned. So join those three on Tots TV. And when it comes to mischief, there's only one place to be, with Ratty, Toad and Mole in the classic story of Wind in the Willows.
He's on the open road.
Rambling where you please on the open road.
But what happens when Toad goes too far?
Been found guilty on the clearest evidence. 19 years.
19 years?
And another year for being green. 20 years.
And the weasels take over. Find out in the exciting adventures of the Wind in the Willows. Yes, it certainly is a children's world with so many great video stories to choose from.
Rosie. Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old ragdoll. Rosie and Jim, and John he steers the boat. We go to play and have a look
With Rosie's bag.
Jim's drawing book. The world drifts by the window frame, and Rosie and Jim we play our games. Rosie Rosie and Jim, finding stories every day. Rosie and Jim, and John, he writes them down.
Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books, and they're books for children just like you. I'm making a new one just now. It's all about Rosie and Jim. They're my two rag dolls that I have on the boat. I like to pretend that they come to life. And I get ideas for the stories about them from the things I see as I travel on my boat. What shall I put in my story today? Well, it's a sunny day, so I'll start with that. One sunny day. And then I'll draw the river with two blue pens, like this. And my boat is just here. So I'll put this picture of it on the book to show the place. And now I'll be on my way. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Well, I want to get going this morning, so I'll drink my coffee in a minute. Get my life jacket on first. Get the engine going.
Thanks, Doc. We're moving, Rosie.
Where are we going to, Jim?
Now, where am I now? Let's have a look in the book. I'm about here, near Pershore. Wonder where I can find something interesting to put into a story. Oh, Patcher's pottery. That sounds good. I think I'll try and find that.
Oh, potty old noggin. He said we're going to a pottery.
Rosie, what is a pottery?
A pottery. I've always wanted to see a place where they make cups and mugs and things like that. What's that? Oh, my favourite mug. Oh.
Jim! Bye-bye, muggins.
Rosie, that was Fishgog's mug.
Oh, well, never mind. The fishes and the frogs can drink out of it now.
Rosie, they can make a house in it.
They could make an underwater house.
Never mind. Perhaps they can make me a new mug at the pottery.
Rosie, cows don't have mugs, do they?
Fishgog
doesn't have a mug now. Poor Fishgog.
Poor old duck. He never ever had a mug, Jim.
He just dips his beak in the water, Rosie.
Yeah, and he goes gluggety glug, slurp, splosh, splash.
Ah, there's a tricky piece of steering coming up under this bridge. I'll have to be extra careful. Under the bridge. Oh, there are two bridges. An old one and a new one. There's the old one that I've just gone under. I'm going to go under the new one now. There's the new bridge with the cars going over it. And ahead of me, I can see a good place to moor, so I'll make for it. That's it. I'm safely moored. I'll go and have a look at the pottery now.
Follow fish dog, Rosie.
Oh, there's a nice piece of squelchy mud.
What's this dog doing in that mud?
Don't know. Playing.
He's too old to play, Jim.
No one's too old to play, Rosie.
Oh.
That's a really nice bit of mud. I wonder if I can make any shapes with it. It's really sticky and scroozly. I wonder if I could make a cup with it. Let's have a try. Make a nice big bowl. Put my thumbs in the middle. Oh, it's not bad, is it? Makes quite a reasonable cup. I'll leave that there to dry out. I'd better wash my hands. And I'll get on to the pottery now.
Split, splat, splot.
John dropped his pot.
Squish, squish, squash, squish.
Let's make
a wish.
Ah, this must be it. I can see pots in the window. I'll go and have a look. That's a lovely one. Hello, good morning. Well, I think you can. I'm looking for a mug, you see, because I live on a boat and I've dropped my favourite mug in the water. Have you been playing in the mud, by the way?
No, this is clay. It's very messy.
Oh, what do you make with clay?
All sorts of things.
Things like this?
I'm making mugs at the moment.
Oh, could I see? I'd love to see one being made.
Yes.
Thanks very much.
Through this way.
My name's John, by the way.
And I'm Julia.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, lots of mugs, Jim.
Lots and lots of mugs, Rosie.
Well, I've been playing with some mud out of the ground outside, trying to make pots. Have you got a better way of doing it?
Yes. If you whiz it around and around on the wheel, you can make them much smoother. You have to use plenty of water.
So you're starting with the same stuff that I started with?
And you squeeze it. Change its shape.
It's going nice and smooth, isn't it? Because it's going round. Nice and squishy.
Squishy, squashy, Rosie.
A whizzy wheel, Jim.
You're keeping it wet so that it doesn't stick to your fingers, I expect, are you? Is that right?
I am, yes. You have to use plenty of water.
Yes. Ah, up it comes.
Dig up clay, dig it from the ground, slop it on a wheel and whiz it round and round. Squish it, shape it, slippery glue. A mug for me and a mug for you.
Rosie, look. She's making a mug.
Oh.
Oh, that's a lovely shape. It's still quite soft, isn't it?
It's not, you can't drink out of them when they're this soft. They have to be put in an oven and made really hot.
Ah, that's how it's done. I'd like to see that. So is this the hot place where you put the cups?
That's right. I call it a kiln.
Oh, I see. It's like a very big oven, isn't it?
Yes, but it gets much, much hotter.
So if you're putting these in now, you can't take them out until tomorrow?
They'd be much too hot to touch.
There they go.
That's it. We shut
Shut
the door.
Are they going to cook a mug?
I don't know. Cooked mugs. Oh.
And I'd like to buy a finished mug now to take back to the boat with me.
Would you like to come into the shop?
Thank you. Oh, there's one with Rosie on it. I'd love that one.
Thank you.
Thank you. And one over here. Jim. I must have a Jim mug. And one with my name on it, John.
I bet you'd like it full of tea. It's such a hot day, isn't it?
I would, yes, it'd be very nice.
Let's go and put the kettle on.
Thanks very much.
Ooh, cup of tea, Jim.
Yes, please. Hey, Rosie, we can use our nice new mugs.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely. Thank you very much. That's great.
Tea, Rosie?
Uh-huh.
Here we go.
And milk.
Little bit of milk.
Little bit of milk.
Lovely. Tea.
Ooh.
Rosie, it's all squishy.
Yeah.
Ah, I know why it's all squishy. It's because we haven't put it in the ladies'
Hot kiln.
Rosie, look.
Oh, a Rosie mug.
And a Jim mug.
Oh.
I'd better be getting back to my boat now. Let you make some more pottery.
That's all right. Mustn't forget your mug. I
Oh,
popped it
no,
in your
doesn't-
bag for you.
Good, thank you.
There. A mug for you, a mug for me.
This is how we drink our tea.
Jim.
Rosie.
Oh, he's coming.
I have lots of ideas now for my Rosie and Jim stories. And now I'm going to write in my book the story all about Rosie and Jim and what they would have got up to if they could have come to life today. One sunny day, Rosie and Jim were chugging along on the old rag doll when they came to a muddy place. They jumped in the mud. Squish, splish, splattery, splat. It's clay, said Rosie. Sticky, said Jim. I'm making a cup, said Rosie. Me too, said Jim. Their cups were all squishy, squashy. Splat, said Jim. Oh dear, said Rosie. They met a gypsy. Making cups, she said. Put them in the fire. Oh, said Jim. In the fire, said Rosie. They'll burn away. You'll see, said the gypsy. They made new cups, and the gypsy made a little brick house for them with a fire all round it. That'll do it, she said. Come back tomorrow. They did. Now the fire was cold. Look, said the gypsy. Real cups, said Rosie. Give them a wash, said the gypsy. Not squishy, said Jim. Have a cup of tea, said the gypsy. Thanks, said Rosie. Thanks, said Jim.
Rosie.
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll.
I'm off now to see what I can find to make a new story for next time. So I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. The end.
Jim.
Rosie.
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll. Rosie and Jim, and John, he steers the boat. We go to play and have a look
With with Rosie's bag.
Jim's drawing book, the world drifts by the window frame, and Rosie and Jim, we play our games. Rosie and Jim, finding stories every day. Rosie and Jim, and John, he writes them down.
Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books, and they're books for children just like you. I'm making a new one just now. It's all about Rosie and Jim. They're my two rag dolls that I have on the boat. I like to pretend that they come to life, and I get ideas for the stories about them from the things I see as I travel on my boat. What shall I put in my story today? Well, it's a sunny day, so I'll start with that. One sunny day. And then I'll draw the river with my two blue pens, like this. And my boat is just here. So I'll put this picture of it on the book to show the place. And now I'll be on my way. Right, I'll get my life jacket on first. And I think I'll go and explore a bit further away today. If I go down here, I'm sure I'll find a good place to tie the boat up. And then I can go and look for some new ideas for a story. So I'll get the engine started and on my way.
Thanks, Duck. We're moving, Rosie.
Where are we going to, Jim?
My book says there's a big park not far away, and in it there's a maze. That's a place where people get lost for fun. Well, I'd better not get lost looking for it, had I?
Jim, he said we were going to a place where we're going to get lost.
Get lost? I don't want to go to a place where we get lost, Rosie.
And where is that place where all the boats are kept? It can't be far away. Oh dear, I've missed my turning. Gone right past it. I'll have to go back. Here we go. Not very easy.
Oh, no! Poor Duck. Well, I better get you some bandages, Duck. Oh.
Oh, poor Duck. We'll make you better. Just you wait and see. We'll make you better.
Oh, this looks like a good place to moor. There are a lot of boats here. Mustn't forget where it is. It's a bit like a maze itself, but a watery maze.
Ready, Rosie?
Yes.
Come on then, Duck. Here we go. Careful, little ducky. We'll make you all better. Bandages, Rosie?
Yes. Here we go, bandages.
Ah, I must remember to take my map with me to find the park. Pop that in my pocket. What's that? My goodness. What have you been doing, Duck? Poor old duck. Somebody's giving you a good bandaging up. Let's have a look and see what's to do with you. My goodness me. Oh, you've broken your wing. That's why somebody's bandaged you up. Poor old thing. Oh, dear me. Well, duck, I think I'd better take you into town and see if I can find somebody who can mend ducks.
We'll have to keep an eye on him, Jim.
We will, Rosie.
Yeah.
Well, this looks like the right place to get a duck mended, doesn't it? Let's go and have a look.
I think so. These are like good clean breaks. They could go together with no problems.
He looks like a nice man.
Rosie? He must be a duck doctor.
Well, do you think you'll be able to mend it?
I think so. These look like good clean breaks. They should go together with no problems. A little bit of glue and a lick of paint. She'll be as good as new.
Very good. I'm glad to hear it.
Rosie? He's making duck better.
Yeah.
That should do it.
Lovely. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's better, isn't it? Now then, which way? Oh, over there, I think.
We're coming down.
Yeah, we're on our way. Come on, Jim.
We're off to the maze now. Let's have a look at the map.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Are you lost?
I don't think so. I wonder which way it is.
Oh, Jim. Fizzcock's all in a middle muddle. He doesn't know where he's going.
It must be that way.
No, Jim. Fizzcock went that way. Come on.
Oh, that's a nice duck. That'll look well on my truck.
Follow Fizzcock.
Rosie, where's Duck? He hasn't got Duck.
Oh, the loggin's lost him.
Look!
Wonder which way I should go. I wonder if he knows where it is. Good morning. Excuse me, I've got this map that says there's a maze in the park. Do you know where it is?
It's along that
Is
way.
it that way? Oh, thanks very much.
Well done.
Got him, Rosie.
Oh, yes, lovely duck.
Rosie?
Huh?
What we could do is we could go in through the wall.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Jim. Come on, let's make it.
Quack, quack.
What's that over there? I wonder where that maze is. What's that over there? Oh, it's just an empty log. No, let's see. Where is this maze? Oh, there it is. Good gracious, what's my duck doing up there? Where is that duck? Oh, it's there. I'm sure I heard footsteps somewhere.
Quack, quack.
Yes, I am. I've lost my duck as well.
Lost his duck?
Yes, I have.
There it is, mister.
Oh, thank you.
This way, mister, come on.
Oh, there it is. How did it get there?
Shall I get it for
Oh,
you?
thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much, man. Good old duck back again.
Found his duck.
Yeah. Hey, Jim, race back to the boat.
I'll get back to the boat now with my good old duck. Ah, here's that good old rag doll. You know, I thought I'd lost it for a minute. No, got my good old duck as well. Here we are. Home and safe again.
Oh, look, he's coming.
I have lots of ideas now for my Rosie and Jim stories. And now I'm going to write in my book the story all about Rosie and Jim and what they would have got up to if they could have come to life today. One sunny day, Rosie and Jim were chugging along on their boat when they came to a great garden. "Let's go for a walk," said Rosie. So they did. They came to a maze. "Can we go in?" said Jim. "Yes," said the man, "but can you come out?" "Noggin," said Rosie. "Of course we can. Come on, Jim." Duck followed them. The maze was a twisty, turny place. They went this way, they went that way, in and out and in, backwards, forwards, up and down. But they couldn't find the way out. "We are lost," said Jim. "I want to go home to tea," said Rosie. "We can't," said Jim. "We're still lost." "Noggin," said Rosie. Duck flew up over the maze. He looked down and saw the way out. "Follow Duck," said Rosie. "Quack," said Duck. "Coming," said Jim. And they were home in time for tea.
Rosie.
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll.
I'm off now to see what I can find to make a new story for next time. So I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. The end.
Jim.
Rosie.
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll. Rosie and Jim, and John, he steers the boat. We go to play and have a look
With Rosie's bag.
Jim's drawing book. The world drifts by the window frame, and Rosie and Jim, we play our games. Rosie and Jim, finding stories every day. Rosie and Jim, and John, he writes them down.
Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books, and they're books for children just like you. I'm making a new one just now. It's all about Rosie and Jim. They're my two rag dolls that I have on the boat. I like to pretend that they come to life. And I get ideas for the stories about them from the things I see as I travel on my boat. What shall I put in my story today? Well, it's a sunny day, so I'll start with that. One sunny day. And then I'll draw the river with my two blue pens, like this. And my boat is just here. So I'll put this picture of it on the book to show the place. And now I'll be on my way. Right, I'll get my life jacket on. Oh, I'd better put a stamp on that. And this means that I'll have to find a post office today. I know there's one in Worcester, and that's down here. So I'll get the engine started and on my way.
Thanks, Duck. We're moving, Rosie.
Where are we going to, Jim?
This is a birthday card for my old mum. It's her birthday very soon, so I mustn't forget to take it with me when I go to the post office.
Here we go, Jim. Fizzgog's going to a post office.
All down here to the town to find a post office.
There's someone just posting a letter. And the postman's coming in his van to collect all the letters from the box.
Rosie? What's post?
Well, it's what that postman collects in his bag.
Oh.
My goodness, he has got a full bag of letters today.
Rosie? Have you got any post in your bag?
Oh, no, let's see. Oh, no.
Oh. Well, let's make our own.
OK, come on. Duck is quacking, duck is quacking.
There. This one's for Fizzy Dog.
Oh, yeah. And this one's for Duck. Jim, it's Duck's birthday soon, you know.
Wah, 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 wah. Rosie?
Yeah?
Fizzy Dog stuck a sticky on his card for the post.
Oh, yeah. And I've got some stickers here. There's this one. There. And then there's this one for you, Jim. Over there. Like that.
That's ready now.
Yeah, ready for the post.
There's the postman popping letters into people's doors. He can't bring letters to my boat because I'm in a different place each day. What I have to do is to go to the post office to collect my letters. I love getting letters, especially on my birthday.
Wow.
Well, that should be a good place to leave the rag doll whilst I go and look for the post office. Ah, I mustn't forget my letter. And you never know, there might be a lot of post for me, so I'll take my bag as well.
Good morning.
Have
you been delivering letters?
Yes, I have.
Well, I'm afraid I've got one more to add to them. I often wonder how you get them all to the right places. You must have thousands every day.
Yes, we do. Would you like to come and see?
I'd love to. I'll just pop my letter in and then I'll join you. Thank you. Thank you.
OK, should we go in?
Yes, thank you.
Rosie, we can post ours in there.
Yeah, one for Ducky.
And one for Fizzgog.
Yeah.
There we go, in the letterbox. Oh, postman coming.
Well, John, this is where your letter's collected. Now it's put into those sacks and taken to another part of the building to be sorted. Shall we follow him?
Yes, please.
Rosie, he's got our post.
Yeah, in those sacks.
Come on.
Go on.
Rosie, now we're post, aren't we?
Yeah.
No, this is where the letters first get sorted.
Oh, I see. There's a lot, aren't there? So you have machines to help you?
Yes. Now, would you like to come and see where I sort my letters
would,
for
yes, thank
delivery?
Oh, so that's how you sort letters.
Yes,
but
that's right.
what about my boat? I can see you've got a different place for each street, but my boat's a different place each day.
Oh, well, we keep your mail separate.
Ah.
Here it is.
Oh, is this all for me?
All for you.
My goodness me. All these letters. And a parcel as well.
You can have these as well if you like. They're not
these?
properly addressed. That one even looks rather like you.
It does, doesn't it? And this one looks like the duck on my boat. Oh, there's the address on the back. Fizzgog. I think that must be me. It says Ragdoll, so Ragdoll Canal. Put those in there. Thank you very much.
I'll show you there.
Thank you.
Jim, he's got all our letters.
Yeah. Oh, Rosie. Duck is quacking his quacky song.
Fizzgog's gone. We've played Posty too long.
Yeah.
Come on. Jim, look.
Rosie, whizzy letters.
Oh, it's making me feel sick.
Whizzy, whiz.
Come on, Jim.
Whizzy letters.
There, lots of letters now. Write a letter, post a letter, pop it in a slot. Empty out the box and send off all the lot. Ready, Jim?
Ready, Rosie? Pum 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 pum. Find a letter, sort a letter, wonder who's in luck. One for him and one for us, and lots for Duck. Pum 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 pum. Find a letter, sort a letter, wonder who's in luck. One for him and one for us, and lots for Duck. Oh, the end. Finish, Rosie. Now, make a party for Fizzgog and Duck.
Well, thank you very much. That was really fascinating.
It's a pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There, finished.
Happy birthday, Duck.
Happy birthday, Fizzgog.
Ooh, I can't wait to open all my letters and my parcel. Really looking forward to it. Goodness me, what's all this? My goodness. Hang on. Let's have a look. Oh. Look at that. That's the same as all those. And this one. That's the same as well. They must all be for me. Well, somebody's gone to a lot of trouble to set all this out for my birthday. How kind of them. Now for the parcel. Now, let's see what's in here. Ooh, it's a birthday cake. How lovely. And a card as well. It's from my old mum. Isn't that nice of her to remember? Oh, that's great. Now I can have a proper birthday with a cake and with cards. So I must try it. I'll cut a slice. I'll cut 2 slices because it's so nice. And there's some orange juice as well, so I can have cake and a drink. Mmm, lovely. Mmm. Lovely. I didn't know I'd eaten 2 slices. Goodness me. Anyway, it's very nice. I better get tidied up now.
Oh, he's coming.
I have lots of ideas now for my Rosie and Jim stories. And now I'm going to write in my book the story all about Rosie and Jim and what they would have got up to if they could have come to life today. One sunny day, Rosie and Jim were going along on the old rag doll when Rosie said, "What's a birthday?" "I don't know," said Jim. "Let's go and find out," said Rosie. So they went into the town to see if they could see a birthday. They saw birthday cards in a shop. They saw 2 birthday cakes, but they still didn't know what a birthday was. "Let's ask that little girl," said Jim. "Hello, Rosie and Jim," she said. "What are you doing today?" "We're looking for a birthday," said Rosie. "It's mine today," said the little girl. "I'm 4. Come to my party." So they did. They had a lovely time. "We don't know when our birthday is," said Rosie and Jim sadly. "Well, you can have it today, like me." "And Fizzgog," said Jim. "And Duck," said Rosie. "Quack, quack." "Thanks," said Jim. "Goodbye."
Rosie!
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll.
I'm off now to see what I can find to make a new story for next time. So I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. The end.
Jim!
Rosie!
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll. Rosie and Jim, and John, he steers the boat. We go to play and have a look
With Rosie's bag,
Jim's drawing book. The world drifts by the window frame, and Rosie and Jim, we play our games. Rosie and Jim, finding stories every day. Rosie and Jim, and John, he writes them down.
Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books, and they're books for children just like you. I'm making a new one just now. It's all about Rosie and Jim. They're my 2 rag dolls that I have on the boat. I like to pretend that they come to life. And I get ideas for the stories about them from the things I see as I travel on my boat. What shall I put in my story today? Well, it's a cloudy day, so I'll start with that. One cloudy day. And then I'll draw the river with my 2 blue pens, like this. And my boat is just here. So I'll put this picture of it on the book to show the place. And now I'll be on my way. I'll get my life jacket on. I'm going along here on the River Severn today. It's a great wide river, and it has all kinds of boats on it that you can have a ride on.
Quack, 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 quack. Thanks, Doc. We're moving, Rosie.
Where are we going to, Jim?
If I go along this river, I'll get to a place called Stourport. And there, I'm going to have a ride on a dragon.
A dragon? Did he say a dragon?
He said he's taking a boat all down here for a ride on a dragon.
Ooh, whatever does Fizzygog mean?
Don't know. I suppose he must mean a ride on a dragon.
Oh, Noggin, there's no such things.
How do you know, Rosie? We'd better keep a good lookout, just in case. You never know what we might see.
Hello.
Look at that, Jim!
Is she riding on a dragon, Rosie?
No, Jim.
What fine creatures. I wish I could ride a horse.
He says they're horses, not dragons.
Horses? Well, where are those dragons he said he's going to ride on then, Rosie? Is that a dragon then?
No, Fizzygog wouldn't ride something like that. It's too noisy.
There goes a motorbike. It's a noisy thing, isn't it? It goes much faster than my boat, and it's very exciting to ride. I know because I had one when I was young. Look at that big boat there. I should think a lot of people can ride on that.
Look at that big boat, Jim. It's got lots of people riding on it.
Rosie, that must be a dragon boat.
No, it's just a boat, Jim.
Just a boat? Oh. Rosie, are we there yet? I want to see a dragon.
We're nearly there, Jim.
Oh, this looks a good place to moor. I'm off to see if I can find this dragon.
Jim! We really are going to see a dragon. Fizzygog just said so.
We really are off to see a dragon?
Yes, we're off to see a dragon.
Off to see a dragon. We're going to see a dragon.
I know.
Ah, there it is. The dragon that I'm going to ride on.
We're off to see the dragon.
The dragon of the river.
We're off to see the dragon.
With great big goggly eyes.
No! Come on, Jim!
Rosie, Noggin.
Jim, said the dragon was down there.
We're there, Rosie.
Yeah, come on.
Ah, here's the fairground. I'll have a look for the dragon ride now.
It's very noisy here, Rosie.
Oh, yeah.
Is this the dragon place?
Maybe. But, Jim, I think we should stay near to Fizzgog, because he won't go anywhere dangerous. Come on. Jim, this is a fizzy-wizzy place, isn't it?
It's upsy-downsy as well. Rosie?
Yeah?
Where's the dragon? I want to ride.
Oh, come on, Jim.
Ah, here it is. It looks a very fierce dragon. I hope it doesn't gobble me up.
Double us up, Rosie. Did you hear that?
I did, Fizzpop.
Did he mean it?
Well, I don't know. But don't worry, Jim, because it'll be all right. Yeah.
Can grown-ups go on it?
Yes, of course they can.
Well, I'd love to, but haven't been on since I was a little boy.
Oh.
I'm a bit scared, you know.
No, there's nothing to be scared of.
Is it very fast?
A little bit fast, not too fast.
It looks rather high.
Oh, it's not too high at all.
It's
You should
okay.
try it, yeah.
Right, I will.
Off you go.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, my goodness me. Oh, not happened to my hat. I can't see it anywhere at all. I wonder if somebody caught it. I just wonder. No, can't see it anywhere. I better go and have a look for it. Excuse me, I've lost my hat. It blew off on the ride.
Oh, it could have blown over there or something. I haven't seen it.
Oh, I'll go and have a look then.
Yeah, go
right.
down there.
Right, thanks.
Okay, bye.
Excuse me, have you seen a straw hat anywhere?
Straw hat?
Yeah, lost one.
No, I haven't seen a straw hat.
Excuse me, have you seen a hat anywhere?
What hat?
Well, it's a straw hat. I lost it somewhere around the fairground.
Oh, sorry, I haven't seen a hat.
Oh, dear. I can't find my hat anywhere. Do you know, I've looked all over the fairground. And I remember, well, it blew off when I was on the dragon ride. Oh, it's there! Oh, thank you. That's better.
Oh, you found your hat.
I did, yes. Isn't that great?
Yes.
And it was a great ride as well.
Lovely.
Good.
See you
Thank
soon.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Come on, let's go on the ride.
Duck is quacking his quacky song.
Fizzgog's going. We've stayed too long. Come on. All aboard, Jim. Jim?
Hello?
Where's the dragon?
Where's the dragon?
Whizzy, whizzy, cozy, a dragon ride for Rosie and Jim. A-riding on a big dragon.
Feeling wizzy, feeling whooshy, riding on a dragon. Feeling wizzy, feeling whooshy, riding on a big dragon.
Careful! You're going to crash. Jim!
I won't crash.
Jim! You'll crash.
I won't.
You'll crash, Jim!
I'm not going to crash.
You, Jim! I'm telling you for the last time.
I won't crash.
You crashed.
My goodness, that was an exciting ride. I wonder what it would be like to ride on a real dragon.
Oh, he's coming.
I have lots of ideas now for my Rosie and Jim stories. And now I'm going to write in my book the story all about Rosie and Jim and what they would have got up to if they could have come to life today. One cloudy day, Rosie and Jim were travelling along on the old rag doll when they came to a fair by the river. "I want to ride on the dragon," said Rosie. "They gobble people up," said Jim. "Fistpot," said Rosie. "It's only a painted dragon. It can't eat anyone." So they went for a ride on the dragon. But they didn't see the dragon's eye winking as they got on, and they didn't see the dragon's wings stirring and its feathers ruffling in the breeze as the ride began to move up the first steep slope of the switchback. When it came to the top, instead of swooping down the other side, it spread its wings and flew away up into the sky, taking Rosie and Jim with it. "Hold tight," called Rosie as they went up through the clouds. "Fasten your seat belts," called Jim. The dragon flew round the mountains of Scotland and across the wild sea. They saw whales swimming in the water. The dragon flew them round the North Pole and home again. "Did you have a good ride?" said the man. "The best in the world," said Rosie and Jim.
Rosie! Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll.
I'm off now to see what I can find to make a new story for next time. So I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. The end.
Jim!
Rosie! Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll. Rosie and Jim, and John, he steers the boat. We go to play and have a look
with Rosie's bag,
Jim's drawing book. The world drifts by the window frame, and Rosie and Jim, we play our games. Rosie and Jim, finding stories every day. Rosie and Jim, and John, he writes them down.
Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books, and they're books for children just like you. I'm making a new one just now. It's all about Rosie and Jim. They're my two rag dolls that I have on the boat. I like to pretend that they come to life. And I get ideas for the stories about them from the things I see as I travel on my boat. What shall I put in my story today? Well, it's a sunny day, so I'll start with that. One sunny day. And then I'll draw the river with my two blue pens, like this. And my boat is just here. So I'll put this picture of it on the book to show the place. And now I'll be on my way. Chuck it on. Well, today I want to go and explore the town of Tewkesbury. I'm sure I'll get some good ideas for stories there. If I go along this way, I'll soon be there. I'll get started up and cast off.
Thanks, Doc. We're moving, Rosie.
Where are we going to, Jim?
My goodness, there's a lot of traffic up there. Cars and buses and lorries. You know, sometimes it's so noisy that it gives me a headache.
What did?
What are you nattering on about, Poppet?
Rosie, what did Fizzgog say? Rosie!
You know, I feel like going somewhere really quiet and sitting down and having a good think. It isn't very quiet with that big factory buzzing away.
Speak up, Fuzzpot. Can't hear you.
Rosie, I said, what did Fizzgog? Can't you stop that clatter-batter?
He wants to go somewhere quiet.
Rosie, I can't hear what I want to say. Can't you be quiet?
That's it, Noggin. That's what he said. He wants to go somewhere quiet. Da, 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 da.
I'm coming to Tewkesbury along here. Well, that's a busy place. But my book says it has a beautiful church in it. And that's just the sort of place I need for my quiet think. So, I'll tie up along here and go and have a look at it.
Oh, I think I'll go with him. It's a bit noisy here. Rosie, shush! Shush! Shush!
Well, can I come then?
Well, you'll have to be quiet if you do come.
Why, Goblin?
Oh, well, it won't be quiet anymore if you're noisy, will it?
Oh, okay, come on then. Whoops. You said this was a quiet place to go.
I thought it was a quiet place, Rosie.
Oh.
Rosie, this is a very nasty road.
Yes, it is.
We mustn't cross here.
No. Oh. Gee, that must be a really big house. I wonder who lives there.
Rosie, must be someone even bigger than Fizzgog.
Yeah? Oh, he's going in.
Rosie.
Yeah, come on.
Rosie,
Yeah?
it's very quiet in here, isn't it?
Yeah. Jim, the windows have got old pictures in them. Look.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's a wonderful church, isn't it?
It's absolutely fantastic here.
Jim, did he say church?
That's what this place must be, Rosie.
I love the great columns. They're like huge tree trunks with branches arching over the top.
Well, what do people do in churches, Jim?
Well, it's a place where you go to talk to God and have a quiet think.
Well, can't you do that at home?
Not when you're going bangity, bangity, bang, bang, bang.
Sorry.
A beautiful window.
Well, we're very lucky to have such lovely windows here because when the evening sun comes round, it casts lovely rainbow patterns all over the place.
May we have a look along here?
Let's go and look at the organ because I'm just going up to play it.
That's a good idea.
I'll play a chord on each of these manuals, and you'll hear just the sort of sound they can produce.
Thank you.
As well as my fingers actually playing on the keyboards, I have 2 feet to play on another keyboard, and it's called the pedal board. And so if I couple, as we call it, all these sounds together, we should get quite a big noise.
Somebody's turned the radio on.
Oh.
It's that great big thing up there.
It makes a nice noise. I like that.
Rosie, it's not a noise, it's music.
Oh, I like music. It's nice. Jim, I feel all smooth inside.
It's quieter now than it was before.
What a marvellous place it is, Tewkesbury Abbey. I really loved it. And I heard some beautiful music in there. I wish I could play the organ like that.
Window patterns glowing bright, see them shining in the night. Quiet and smooth inside.
feel all smooth and quiet now.
So do I.
That is what it is, noisy sound.
Fizzgog's coming. We've played too long. Come on.
Oh, it's dark in here. I wonder who shut the windows. I'll let some light in. Oh, that's better. I have an idea for my story now. And now I'm going to write in my book the story all about Rosie and Jim and what they would have got up to if they could have come to life today. One sunny day, Rosie and Jim were travelling along on the old rag doll when they came to such a noisy, horrid place. "What shall we do?" said Rosie. "Send Duck," said Jim, "to the hermit of Breeden Hill." The old man came down from his hill to see what was the matter. "Can you magic the noise away?" said Jim.
I'll see what I can do.
When he heard the cars and the lorries and the buses, he pulled a face and muttered a spell. All the noises disappeared, but without their noises, the cars and buses and lorries couldn't go. They were stuck still on the spot. Oh, what a kerfuffle there was. Children couldn't go to school, their mums and dads couldn't go to the shops, boats couldn't go along the river. The whole town came to a stop. People began to argue and shout and fight. It was worse than ever. The hermit said another spell to put the noise back again.
You'll just have to put up with it, he said.
"We'll have to grow flaps on our ears," said Rosie.
"But there's a nice quiet place over there,"
said the hermit. "Lovely," said Jim.
Rosie!
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll.
I'm off now to see what I can find to make a new story for next time. So I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. The end.
Jim!
Rosie!
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll. Rosie and Jim, and John, he steers the boat. We go to play and have a look
With Rosie's bag,
Jim's drawing book. The world drifts by the window frame, and Rosie and Jim, we play our games. Rosie and Jim, finding stories every day. Rosie and Jim, and John, he writes them down.
Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books, and they're books for children just like you. I'm making a new one just now. It's all about Rosie and Jim. They're my two rag dolls that I have on the boat. I like to pretend that they come to life. And I get ideas for the stories about them from the things I see as I travel on my boat. What shall I put in my story today? Well, it's a fine day, so I'll start with that. One fine day. And now I'll draw the river with my two blue pens, like this. And my boat is just here. So I'll put this picture of it on the book to show the place. And now, I'll be on my way.
Get my life jacket on. That's it. And I'll have a look at my book. My book says, down here, I can go and see some falcons in a country park. That sounds like a good place to find ideas for a story. So, I'll get the engine started and on my way.
Quack, 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 quack. Thanks, Duck. We're moving, Rosie.
Where are we going to, Jim?
I'm looking forward to seeing the falcons. They're such unusual, big birds.
Here we go, Jim. We're off to see some special big birds.
You mean we're going all the way down here just to see some birds?
Big birds with lots of feathers.
We see birds with feathers every day.
But these are special.
Like duck.
Yeah.
Special birds get hungry, Rosie. Your turn.
I did it last time.
You didn't?
Oh, all right then. Duck, look. Oh, some for you. Okay, and some for you. You want some more? One more. Oh, you're our special bird. Oh. Bye. Jim, you'll get fat.
I won't. I'm a ragdoll, Rosie. Only children grow bigger.
Those children are feeding that swan as well. Jim, there's a swan eating some bread.
Hey, Rosie. The more it eats, the bigger it grows. From the end of its tail to the tip of his nose.
Gobbin! Swans don't have noses.
No, they have beaks, don't they?
Yeah.
Wah!
Ah, this is the place to moor for the country park. My book says they have special birds called falcons there. I'll go in and have a look.
Come on, Jim, or we'll get left behind.
Look, Rosie, birds can fly high up in the sky.
Yes, but Fizzgog's going to see some special birds. Come on.
Well, it's a beautiful bird. Of course, this isn't the sort of bird people would find flying down in their gardens, is it?
No, not at all.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautifully smooth feathers.
It's come from abroad.
Jim, Fizzgog says that these big birds never go in your garden.
No, you only see them in special places, Rosie. I can hear some bells ringing. Can you, Rosie?
You notice now, of course, how the bells sound.
Yes,
So that
yes.
if she does happen to go off, then of course we can find her again. So of course she's coming back for just a small reward each time.
Yes. Mrs. really enjoyed that, didn't she?
That's right. Would you like to try?
Well, I would, yes.
Yes?
Right. A new experience.
Just put her on the perch.
I suppose I'll need a glove.
You'll
won't
need a glove, yes.
Certainly.
Look, Fizzgog's having a go now.
There it is.
It's all
That's,
right
no,
like
that's
that.
okay there. So we can just show her.
Do I need to hold my hand?
KJ!
Good bird. Good girl. Good girl. Can feel how heavy you are now.
That bird's got lots of feathers, not like Duck on our boat. Oh, here's a big feather. Jim, these feathers are all tickly-wickly.
Rosie, they're all tickly-wickly because they're from those special big, big birds.
Yeah.
She's got a hat on, I see.
That's right. This is, of course, what we call the falcon's hood. It's a very important piece of equipment, and the reason for the hood is so that the bird will sit nice and steady, because, of course, what I've done, I've blindfolded her. If we put our hands over our eyes, then, of course, we can't see what's happening.
Yes.
And so she'll sit nice and steady.
Rosie, that bird's got a hat on.
With a tickly-wiggly feather on top.
I see that this bird's being weighed on the scales, is that right?
That's right. I need to know that when I actually fly the bird that he's going to return to me. And if he's too fat, of course, all he'd want to do is to sit in a tree and rest.
Oh, it'd be just too heavy?
That's right.
Oh, I see. And if he's too thin?
If he's too thin, of course, he would probably be too weak and he wouldn't be able to fly very well anyway.
Wouldn't be strong enough, so he's got to be really fit.
That's right.
Jim, I wish I could fly high up in the sky.
Yeah, high up in the clouds.
So it's quite a small bird compared with some of the others that you have. Can it fly very high?
Yes, indeed. Though it's a small bird, it's very, very strong, and it can fly right up, well, sometimes into the clouds and disappear.
Really?
Yes.
Marvellous. Wish I could do that.
Right. Well, this one is a little bit too heavy to fly yet, so I'll put him back on his perch.
Good.
We're using a very special falconer's knot, because, of course, I've only got one hand that I can actually use to tie it up.
I think I should learn that knot for tying my boat up.
That's right.
It's very useful.
And of course, also, the hood, I have to use my fingers and my teeth.
Oh, yes, yeah. To loosen it.
Thanks, Duck.
Lovely duck. Tickly-wickly bird, lots of feathers on my bird. Tickly-wickly.
More feathers, please, Rosie.
Okay. There. One for you. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Tickly-wickly. There, I'm busy now with my bird.
More feathers, please, Rosie.
Oh, Jim, I'm busy. This is the last one. There. Up we go. That's it. And stick the last feather on there. Oh, Jim, I finished my teeny tiny tickly-wickly bird.
Rosie.
Yeah, I'm coming.
I finished my tickly bird too, Rosie. Rosie?
Yeah?
Tickly-wickly-wickly-wickly.
Stop it!
Rosie! Tickly bird's tickling his tickly song.
Buzzcock's coming.
We've tickled too long.
I really love seeing those birds. I'm sure they'll give me lots of ideas for stories. But what's happened to Duck? He's covered all over in feathers. I don't know. Never mind. I'll get on with my story.
Oh, he's coming.
I have lots of ideas now for my Rosie and Jim stories. And now I'm going to write in my book the story all about Rosie and Jim and what they would have got up to if they could have come to life today. One fine day, Rosie and Jim were chugging along on the old rag doll when they came to a great forest. In the middle of the forest, Jim said, "I want to go home." "Noggin," said Rosie. "I don't know the way." "We're lost," said Jim. They sat down under a tree. The wind blew and the tree dropped its leaves on them. "It's a tickly-wickly tree," said Rosie. Then the birds came and dropped feathers on them. "More tickly-wicklies," said Jim. "We're like the babes in the wood." "It's time for the kind woodcutter to come," said Rosie. "And take us to his log cabin for bacon and eggs," said Jim. There was no woodcutter, but there was a huge bird. It flew down and picked Jim up in its claws. "Help," said Jim. "Don't gobble me up." The bird didn't eat Jim. It took him home. Then it came back for Rosie. What a fright it gave Duck. "Give it some meat," said Rosie, "to say thank you."
Rosie!
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll.
I'm off now to see what I can find to make a new story for next time. So I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. The end.
Jim!
Rosie!
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll. Rosie and Jim, and John, he steers the boat. We go to play and have a look
With Rosie's bag,
Jim's drawing book. The world drifts by the window frame, and Rosie and Jim, we play our games. Rosie and Jim, finding stories every day. Rosie and Jim, and John, he writes them down.
Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books, and they're books for children just like you. I'm making a new one just now. It's all about Rosie and Jim. They're my two rag dolls that I have on the boat. I like to pretend that they come to life. And I get ideas for the stories about them from the things I see as I travel on my boat. What shall I put in my story today? Well, it's a sunny day, so I'll start with that. One sunny day. And now I'll draw the river with my two blue pens, like this. And my boat is just here. So I'll put this picture of it. on the book to show the place. And now, I'll be on my way. Ooh, before I do that, I think I'll make a cup of coffee. Ouch! Ooh, that's hot.
Hot!
Must be careful. This is the safe way to do it. Lovely. That's nice. I'm not going to go very far today because I've heard about a very special old boat just along here, and it runs on steam. I want to see it. But before I go, I'm going to give my boat a polish. I want it to look its very best. So, here we go. Oh, that's nice. I can see my face in it now.
We're not moving, Rosie.
What's that, Duck?
He says Fizzcog's polishing the boat.
Jim, we've to keep away from that.
Keep away from what, Rosie?
That over there. There's something in that kettle pushing the lid up, trying to escape.
Oh, Rosie. Oh, Rosie. It sounds all angry. Oh, Rosie, I hope it doesn't get out.
Oh.
It's getting all hot and sweaty in here, Rosie.
Yeah. It won't hurt us if we don't go near it.
Don't go near it?
No, stay away.
Oh, right. Oh, Rosie.
I'll just give the window a polish. Oh, goodness me, it's all steamed up. I know what it is. I've left the kettle on. I better go and take it off.
Oh, come on, Fizzcog.
Oh, my goodness me, what a mess. Wasn't I stupid to leave the kettle on? I'll just turn it off and leave it to cool. That's the best thing.
Oh, silly noggin. He left that water boiling.
What a noggin! Steaming us all up like that.
Noggin. Oh, steamy, steamy.
It's a good thing I took that kettle off. I'll get my life jacket on now. You know, I'm glad the rag doll isn't an old boat, and she's got a new engine. I start it like this, with the switch.
We are moving now, Rosie.
Phew! At last! We can go and see the steamboat now, Jim.
Steamboat!
Bless me, there's an old steam engine.
Oh, Jim! What is that thing? It's stopping!
Woo! Rosie, it's a great big kettle with all steam puffing out of it.
Yeah.
You don't see many old steam trains like that nowadays. When I was a lad, nearly all trains were like that.
It's not a travelling kettle, Puzzlehead. It's a steam train.
Yeah, I know it's a steam train, Rosie. Ooh.
Chuff.
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 Ah, there it is, a steamboat.
An old-fashioned boat run by a steam engine. I expect it takes them a long time to get it going because they have to get steam up first. Not like my boat, which can start straight away when I switch it on. Oh, help!
Rosie, we're gonna crash. We're gonna crash.
We're gonna crash!
We crashed.
Oh, dear, now I'm stuck. How am I going to get off here?
Oh, what a noggin!
Not looking where he's going.
Hello there.
Hello.
You want any help?
Well, thank you very much. I'd appreciate some. I'm afraid I'm stuck.
Jim! Look, he needs help.
He certainly does, Rosie. Lots of help.
Yeah, he's got our ragdoll stuck in the gooey, slimy mud.
Poor ragdoll.
Yeah.
Pull ahead.
Jim, look at that.
Good old steamboat. He's pulling ragdoll off.
Yeah. Hooray!
Hooray!
It's a good job. Puffin is a very strong boat.
Yeah, he's got a very strong steam engine, Rosie.
Yeah, and he goes puff, puff, puff.
Puff, puff, puff.
Hooray for Puffin!
Thank you, Puffin.
Here we go. Ragdoll's getting free. Thanks to the help of the good steamboat. Thanks very much.
Not at all.
We're really free now.
Good.
And the only thing is I haven't seen your boat properly.
Well, why don't you join my friend and I with his steamboat for a cup of tea?
Oh, that would be
And you
marvellous.
can have a look then.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
He's come to
Nice
have
to
a look
meet
at
you.
your steamboat.
Oh, great. Would you like to come aboard?
I'd
just
love
making
to.
a cup of tea.
Thank you very much. That's lovely.
Ooh, Fizzgog's getting on the other steamboat.
Steamboat?
More steam, Jim.
More steam from the special steamboat kettle.
So it makes tea as well as runs the boat.
That's right. And there's one for you.
Thank you very much. That's a great treat. Lovely.
Would you like to go for a trip after you've had your tea?
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to see it in action.
They're going for a ride, Rosie.
Quick.
Well, it's like a big kettle, really, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. That's like you have a tone, except that the steam that comes out the spout of your kettle is the steam that goes in to drive the engine. That's the only difference.
Yes. So the steam's going through all these pipes into the engine, is that right?
That's right, yes.
Makes a lovely chuff-a-chuff sound, doesn't it?
Yes, I like it.
Yeah. Quite. It sounds like a train, a small train going along.
Crash! Oh, no! I've all got stuck on the mud. Now what am I going to do?
Choo, 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 choo. I will save you.
Hooray!
Come on, Puffin. Pull. Puffin. Pull. Pull. Puffin. Pull. This is the way the steamboat goes. Choo, choo, choo.
No, Rosie, stop. It didn't go like that. It went like this. This is the way the steamboat went. Chuffity chuff, chuffity chuff.
No, it didn't, Jim. It went like this. This is the way the steamboat went. Chuff, 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 chuff.
No, Rosie, stop. It went like this, actually. I'll show you. Watch. This is the way the steamboat went. Puff, puff. This is the way the
Jim. Shh, it didn't. It went like, well, it went like this. Come on. Ready,
like this.
steady, go!
Oh, Rosie Posy.
Rosie. You big noggin. You chuffity chuff. Chuffity chuff. Chuff chuff. Puff 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 puff. Oh, sorry, that. Oh. Ducky's cracking his cracky sog.
Fizgog's coming. We've puffed too long.
Hello, Duck. What have you been doing? Oh, well, it's useful anyway. Give it a final polish. That's lovely.
Oh, he's coming.
I have lots of ideas now for my Rosie and Jim stories. And now I'm going to write in my book the story all about Rosie and Jim and what they would have got up to if they could have come to life today. One sunny day,
Rosie and Jim couldn't see out of the windows of the old rag doll. They were all steamed up. It must be that kettle, said Rosie. When they wiped them clean, they saw something very strange. There was a wuffle and a puffle and a cloud of smoke and a rumble-dumble chuff-a-puff-puff. What is it, said Rosie. A house on fire, said Jim. It's running away, said Rosie. A house on fire running away, said Jim. Houses don't run away, said Rosie. And so they don't. Then it's a witch's kettle, said Jim, and she's boiling people for her dinner. No, she's not, noggin, said Rosie. They're having a good time, they're going for their holidays. You can see them waving and laughing. It's a train, said Rosie. A steam train, said Jim, laughing. We have a steamer of our own, said Rosie, but it doesn't run away. Fizgog's put it on, so we can have a cup of tea, said Jim. Just what I need, said Rosie.
Rosie!
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll.
I'm off now to see what I can find to make a new story for next time. So I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. The end.